How's it going, everyone? Today I'll be showing a 4 high mod on an OBS Chevy. Uh, there's not a whole lot out there for these things. I've not really found anything that's more of a plug and play. I don't like cutting into wires, so this is going to be something that's just going to be able to plug into it and not damage anything on the vehicle. Fairly straightforward on it. We have a couple different connectors, high beam, low beam splice connectors that we will be running so that we do not have to damage the original wire harness on the truck. These are just a few parts that I've gotten at any part store. These are just the ones that at my local part store. Go show kind of what exactly I'm doing here. May not be able to show it, but that's my diagram. What it is, we got low beam, high beam, as if we were looking at the truck on the passenger side, right in front of the battery, as the battery is going to be right there. So what we're going to be doing is these splices we're going to be putting in line as if we got the factory wire harness and the headlight, and these are going to plug into both of them. And in the middle we're going to be putting a relay that I have the connector we're going to be putting it in for. 4 wires is all you're needing for this kind of setup. This relay, we don't need anything fancy. What we got is on the load side of the relay, where you're gonna, how we're gonna connect power to get the low beams to turn on when the high beams are on. So we got power going to the relay, and then power coming out of the relay going to the low beam. This is gonna, then the switch side, which is gonna be able to turn on the relay to allow power to the low beam. We're going to be pulling power off the high beam light to trigger the relay. So let me get this somewhat wired up and I'll bring you back and kind of show what it's going to look like. The parts that I have purchased for this, part number wise, I have here. May be able to show you what I bought. I will put the part numbers in the description below. This is just what was at my local part store. There are probably other brands out there. You may be able to find it online, maybe cheaper. I know the relay, being that style of relay, being flat, they are a little bit more expensive. You can use this normal square ones. I think I got one here. You can just use a normal square one, 4-pin, 5-pin, whatever you can find. You don't have to use the 5th pin on them. I just chose a flatter relay just to be a little more neat underneath the headlight, just so it wasn't as big and bulky. But these are perfectly fine to use for this application. Alrighty, let's get it put together. Alrighty, so this is going to be the rough starting setup of how you're going to connect everything. Better shown now as it's in wiring of what you're doing. With these connectors, you're only going after the red wire, that's the power. The black, the ground for the headlights, you're not messing with. Okay, so now a little better seen. Relay connected there is, we got the load side, which is right here. We got power coming from the battery in, power coming out of the relay, and it's going to go to the red power wire for the low beam. On the other side, we have power from the high beam coming in to the relay to turn the switch, to close the relay, let power through. And then Your fourth wire is your body ground. You don't need to run it to the battery. If you so wish, you can, but you don't need to. There's not a lot of power needed to turn these relays on. You just need a chassis ground. When we get to the vehicle, I'll show you where I'm going to mount it, but you just need any kind of metal on the body will be perfectly fine to switch this. So now I'm going to start taping it up, making it a little bit neater, see how much wiring I'm going to need to go through the front radiator support to get to the battery. When you do that, you are going to want an inline fuse. You do not want any power going to these headlights without a fuse, just in case something does short out or something. You don't want to damage anything, so very much get an inline fuse. You just need to do what the amperage on the fuse to what the headlights are. I've seen on my vehicle they have 15 amp fuse. That's all I put in it. You don't need to put anything bigger, because then it won't protect it if something was to surge in the system. All right, so let me tape this up, do a little bit more wiring, and I'll bring you back and we'll see what it looks like when we start putting it on the vehicle. Alrighty, so got everything taped up, put wire loom on it, keeps, make it neat, and protect the wires from any kind of rubbing or chafing, especially the power wire going to the battery. When it's running through that radiator support, you don't want anything rubbing on the sharp end, sparking out. So let's go over to the truck and let's see about getting it mocked up, where I'm going to mount the relay and put the ground for the relay, and we'll get it tested out. Alrighty, so looking at here, this is, as you can see, the passenger side of the vehicle. You have to take everything off to get to all this. Pretty simple if you have never done it. 5 screws up top, and then you just have some clips behind the turn signals. All right, so I can kind of get a better view of kind of how this is working. I've mounted my relay right underneath the headlight. I've screwed it to the bottom of the headlight bracket, just screwed through the plastic, just so you don't have to actually drill through the radiator support and damage anything there. The whole point of this is trying to be as less damage as possible to the vehicle, to try to keep it as original with no damage. But I have it. Here's my power. I will be running it through the condenser port, just because my fuse is quite tall. If you have a shorter one, you could probably get through some of the other holes here. But to this, when you buy these connectors, these extensions, as I just found out, they did wire them wrong. You may have to make sure that they are wired correctly for how they clip into the original harness. They have the wires backwards on the 2 that I purchased. I just say make sure you verify that they are wired correctly. So alright, here, I'm gonna get my relay plugged in. There we go. All right. I'm gonna squeeze this through this mount. Now, let's get it up. All right, so there's the power feed wire. I grounded it. There's a little screw, at least on this truck. Some years may be different. This is a 1-ton. So things may be possibly different. The air duct for the intake has a hole here. There is a small screw right below here. I just connected my ground for my relay switch to that. I did have to sand down a little bit of the paint off of it so it could get a good connection, but that's all, you know, good and tight. Don't over tighten that. It is a very small screw. You can strip them out, just hand tight with that type of screw. Alrighty, so you can pull the headlight out, or you can just reach up and connect them. I'm just going to reach up behind here and get them plugged in if I can find the hole. Okay. Make sure they're snug up in there. We'll do the low beam. Low beam, I may have to take it out. Let's see. Verify. I did get it connected on both sides. Good. All right. So now here's my jumpers. My connection there. Now you got your factory wire. Just gotta plug it into that. And that should be it. Now we just have to go up top and connect the battery, and we'll test the lights out and see how it works. All right, as we can see here, we got the low beam on, and let's hit the high beam. And now we have 4 high. Good. Alrighty, now at that point you just need to just clean up and tuck your wires in, and just put the grill back on. Hope this helps anyone who's wanting to do this modification, and thanks for watching.